So there's an interesting analogy that Plato gave in one of his books. I can't even remember the name at the moment, but it's titled The Cave Analogy. So what he basically talks about is the fact that just imagine a group of people, let's say a community, they've been in a cave for centuries, for generations. They've just been in a cave and they don't see anything else. So they just see outside the whole of the cave, just the entrance. Nobody has ever stepped out, nobody has ever gone out there. And then all they've been seeing for generations, that's the father, the kids, the grandfather, the grandparents pass away in the cave. They just see shadows. They just see shadows of everything. So they see shadows of a goat, shadows of a cow. They see shadows of lions. Anything that passes, they see the shadows. Trees as well. So all they see is shadows. Then one day, lo and behold, somebody actually steps out of the cave and sees everything and sees the grass. That grass actually has color, it's green. Sees the animals. Oh, there's actually a difference between a fox and a wolf. From the shadows, they look all the same. So he sees all this. He sees the light. He sees the sun, and he sees it's even the sun that makes the shadows. And so he comes back. He comes back to the cave and tries to explain to everybody, and they just think that he's crazy. So Plato related this to like life. Like he feels there's a perfect form of everything. There's a perfect form of beauty, perfect form of justice, perfect form of living, and we can even bring that back to perfect form of architecture, perfect form of building, perfect form of living in a home as well. And before I forget, I started with the perfect form of beauty. And I said beauty because it's interesting, because a lot of people have been trying to study and determine what makes a thing beautiful. And when we talk about beauty, it can really be subjective, but there are some things which objectively to everybody they're beautiful. We can talk about like a sunset. A sunset is beautiful to everyone who sees it. Maybe a good landscape photo or something is beautiful to everybody who sees it. There are things like this. The moon, the crescent moon, is beautiful to everybody who sees it. My daughter sees it all the time and she's always wowed, and she can draw it now. So I think that's also another thing that's objectively beautiful. But how do we measure beauty? So there's a famous, I think, philosopher or someone, I can't even remember, but his definition of beauty was anything when you have something that's uniform in variation and forgot it. Uniform variation, right? Yeah, I think he said uniformity in variation and variety in uniformity. Yes. So meaning uniformity in variation. So you don't just have, let's say A, or let's say A just repeats itself, A. There should be some variation in that uniformity, and then uniformity in variation. So if you have A, B, C, D, E, which are all various and different types of alphabets, you shouldn't just continue that variation. So you can have like A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E, Z, A, B, C, D, E, Z, A, B, C, D, E, Z. I know it sounds crazy, but it makes sense. So you see, you've even created a rhythm from that because you're interrupting it with something that's uniform, even though there's a lot of variation going on. So same way, even when creating buildings or designing anything, you see something is beautiful, is because it's not just monotonous. That means it's not just uniform, but it's also not just variation of so many things. Even if you look at maximalist designs, there's some unity in there as well. So I'll continue in the next episode and talk about